Hey there, movers and shakers. It's Tee, also known as Tarek, owner-operator of Move with Tee here in Northern Virginia, and I'm here to talk to you and welcome you back to my channel and help you get unstuck and out of your rut in 2020. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We're in week 5. Yay for week 5 of our or my 7-part series. So we only got 2 weeks remaining. Oh no! But hopefully you all are learning so much, and you are taking every tip and you are able to apply them to your life. And hopefully by the end of the series, you'll be well on your way to getting unstuck and out of your rut. Also, at the end of the series, something I do want to do is add on an extra week, week 8, and that'll be a Q&A. So after we finish part 7 in the next couple weeks, what I will do is I will ask for any questions that you guys have, or if there's anything that you would like for me to perhaps speak to in more detail, I'll be happy to do that as well. So I'll use week 8 as kind of a Q&A, if you will. And I'll take those questions directly from you. How about that? Anyway, before we get into week 5, I do want to just remind you all that these are just my opinions, really just my experience. I do believe in giving experience instead of giving advice. So that's my disclaimer. You know, you can take these tips and you can use them and apply them in your life. If there are certain tips you want to use, and maybe not all of them, but parts of them, you can do that as well. And of course, Move with Tee is the owner of all of the content presented here. With no further ado, before I get started, I'm in my car because after work, I did some podcast recording on yesterday with my fabulous co-host for our podcast, Moments with Lady K and Mr. T. And so I got wrapped up in that, and I did not get to record yesterday. So I'm recording in my car before I go home so I can get the video uploaded in time so you can watch it tonight. All right, so with that being said, we're going to delve right into part 5. I will keep it short and sweet. Last week's video went a little bit longer than I wanted it to, so I'll make sure to get you in and out in under 10 minutes, okay? So stick with me. So once again, we're in part 5, week 5. The tip for this week is it's time to start making changes to your routine. I'll say that once again. It's time to start making changes to your routine. So what that means is one of the earlier parts of week 1 and or 2, I talked about how our life gets set into cruise control many times. We get up, we get the kids ready, we get ourselves ready, we get the dog ready, you get to work, you do your work, you clock out, you go home, you veg out on the couch, and then you do it all over again the next day. It's kind of like shampoo. We get into a state of rinse and repeat. Well, now what we're going to do is we're going to break that cycle. Now, if you're shampooing your hair, rinse and repeat. Shampoo, rinse and repeat. But in life, we don't want to keep that same routine going every day. We want to start changing things up. So, in order to get out of the cruise control of our life, what we should first do is evaluate what areas need the change. It could be think about something that you do every day that you can change up. Maybe changing up the route you take to work. Perhaps what you have for lunch. Maybe you eat the same thing for lunch every day. Even parking somewhere differently. Try different things out in your life, just those small things before you start making major changes, and see how you feel. Because it's going to catch you off guard. I'm going to let you know, but you'll find that it adds a different perspective to your life. Something I like to tell people or in class is not to get focused on being in the same spot. And that it's good to actually change their position, because their body has to start working a little differently, and the sounds that they may hear in the class are going to be different maybe on this side than they're used to on that side, because just of their position in the class. So but I want you guys to really think about getting out of your routine that you follow. Routines are good. They're great for maintaining structure in your life. But when you get to a point where you're always doing the same things over and over and over again, you start to get bored. You start to become complacent. And what we want to do is break that complacency. Some suggestions that I do have. I do suggest that it's time to reduce any time wasters you have in your life. So if you have those things that are not adding any value to your life, those are time wasters. Now, there are negative things that detract from our life. There are positive things that add to our life. And those are different. However, there are also those things that are what I consider those time wasters. What are you doing in your life that's causing you to waste time, where it's not adding any value to your life? Are you stuck on an app? Maybe you're on this app and you're always swiping left or right, or maybe you're stuck crushing things and it's not adding any value to your life, and you find that you're just kind of vegging out. If it's not doing anything to add value to your life, if it's not a source of comfort or stress relief, and you're just doing it to pass the time, cut it out. Yeah, just cut it out. Also, another big thing for me, and I started this particular thing last year, and I can't tell you exactly how much it's made a difference, but Nike has a slogan called "Just Do It." So I want each and every one of you to think about just doing it. Whatever that thing is that you want to do, that you've been contemplating for months, years even, don't wait and don't wait and waste time in trying to get whatever that thing is done. Start it now. There's nothing holding you back. Like, if you need to start drafting your plan, start drafting your plan. But start it today. Don't wait until tomorrow. Because if you have an idea, something that you want to do, I can guarantee you someone else has a similar idea. And you don't want them to take that idea from you. And I was very appreciative. I was reflecting on something that a colleague of mine shared with me. And she said that same thing during an interview that we did a couple of years ago. And I thought it was amazing. And in reflecting on where I am in my life, or where I was last year, I had that same thought. And I was like, that makes so much sense. I had an aha moment. So just stop wasting time and just do it. And what you can ultimately do when you cut out those time wasters that you've been wasting time on, then you can actually fill it with something that can add value to your life. Create that LLC. Join that club. Take that trip. Whatever that thing is, stop wasting time and go out there and just do it. Once again, and start making those changes to your life that are necessary. So those are just a couple of tips that I think can help you. I'll be happy to expound on any things that you would like for me to share further. Just remember to make your notes and feel free to ask any questions. You can find us, of course, here on IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook under Move with Tee LLC. So be sure to check in every week. I thank you guys for your time. Remember, it's time to start making changes to your routine. The time is now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the changes today. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for listening. Have a great evening. Be happy. Be healthy. Be love. Sé feliz. Sé salud. Sé amor. Buenas noches. Good night.